Hey, this is Kelly over at Kelly K Guitar, and in this video we are going to improve your pull-off technique. We'll identify some of the main problems that students have when trying to perfect this technique, and we'll also take a look at an interesting practice twist which should give you some pretty big results pretty soon. So let's dig in. If you're struggling with pull-offs, chances are there's one of two things going on that is causing the problem. A lot of times what I'll see is when trying to do a pull-off, the finger doesn't actually do a pull, it actually just lifts up, which creates kind of a sympathetic ringing of the next note where we want a loud and clear note. So if you're a lifter, this is going to be certainly an issue. The other thing I'll see is that they'll do a pull-off, but they're going to move their finger way too far away. They're using way too much force, and essentially it's inefficient, and the tension starts to build up, and you're really going to feel like you're dragging yourself through mud. The practice method that I would try to implement that does wonders is to do what I would call a slip. If I honestly had the ability to change the name of the technique, pull off, I would call it a slip. Because really what you want to do is when you're fretting the note correctly, which means on the very tip of the finger, like we discussed in the hammer-on video, if you're fretting with the very tip of your finger, you're not going to have very much skin to drag off the string to activate the pull-off. That's the idea. If you're on the very tip of your finger, literally all you will have to do is let your finger slip off the string. So it'll look something like this. See how little movement was involved in there? I'm going to do this with the middle finger as well. It's just a slip right up. So imagine you're on the edge of a cliff and you're hanging by your fingertips. That's kind of what this should feel like. And you'll notice that you get a very efficient movement and the notes come out nice and loud. So for pull-offs, when you practice, and I'm stressing this as when you're practicing, because you're not realistically going to do what I'm about to describe when you're actually playing. But what I would do when you practice this is to allow your finger to slip off the string and let the string below it catch the finger, almost like a catching net. So when I do a pull-off on the 3rd string, 12th fret here on the G with my pinky, when I slip off the string, the 2nd string is going to catch my finger. And what this does is it trains your finger to learn how far to move, or how far not to move, technically. Same with the middle finger here. Middle finger slips off the 3rd string, lands on the 2nd string, and eliminating excessive movement. Generally speaking, the problem is when you think of these as pull-offs, that's a pretty aggressive word, pull. So what tends to happen is we're told to pull, so we pull way too far, leading to a whole bunch of different problems. So think of them as slips. Let the string below catch your finger, and you should be good to go. Give this practice method a fair shake, and let me know how you make out in the comments below. Until then, have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next video.